All right, today we're going to be back underneath the George here, 99 F350 with a 7.3 liter power stroke. And today we're going to be putting on a new starter, which I just had a new starter put on it less than a year ago because it was doing the same thing. You turn the key, you turn it all the way forward to the start position, it would just ghost, wouldn't do anything. Which to me normally says it's a bad ground, but the other issue that it can be is just that your starter, one of your solenoids isn't connecting, so you're not getting through to the starter. And primarily the issue is the starter solenoid on the starter itself. Now last year I tried going through first. I replaced all of my solenoids on the firewall and everything, and even I manually replaced the solenoid on the starter itself, and then it still didn't fix it. And a buddy of mine came out and he said, well, it's within your starter. Even though your starter solenoid is trying, your starter itself basically is not connecting internally like it's supposed to be. Didn't quite make sense to me, but the point was really, when you buy a new starter, it comes with a new starter solenoid on it. I spent like $45 to try to replace the solenoid on the starter. It still didn't fix it. And then we just ended up replacing the starter. Turns out the starter has a lifetime warranty on it. So I was in O'Reilly's yesterday and I said, hey, you know, price a starter for me. He said, oh, it's got a lifetime warranty. I said, okay, well then you need to look and see if the one I bought a year ago has the warranty on. He said, yes, luckily for you, you bought the right one last time. So it should be a basic swap. We're going to disconnect the batteries. Now, of course, on this engine, we've got two batteries. Disconnect both of them. They run in parallel, not in series, so it's not like you can just connect the second one in line. You have to disconnect both of them. Otherwise, you chance arcing a tool against the side of your starter, which I've done it live before and gotten lucky, but it doesn't take that much to disconnect your batteries. Yes, it's going to reset all your radio and all that crap, but that's better than shocking the crap out of yourself. The starter is very easy, especially since my truck sits so tall. But the starter is just right there on the side, the back of the engine. It's I think a couple of wires and just a couple of bolts, but it's really pretty easy with the right ratchets and some extensions. It's pretty easy plug and play. So there's our starter. I was hoping to pull the truck into the shop. You know, my wife had cleaned the shop out to park a car in there a couple weeks ago when she was worried there was going to be a storm coming. But I don't have my front drive shaft on, and we had 2 inches of rain last week, so this little mud hole here ate my lunch. And now, since I'm a jackass, I've got to power wash the shop because I tried to fight my way through it. I wasn't really stuck. My front tires were on solid ground, but back here in the back, I couldn't get it to, just couldn't get any traction. So I had to pull my truck back out with the tractor, and I guess now we're just going to work in the dirt. But anyway, I guess I can show you guys the new starter. Not that it's all that exciting, but say, what did he tell me? It's not a Mitsubishi, I think he said was the manufacturer. I want to say Kawasaki, but I knew that wasn't right. Mitsubishi. But you know, these are all reman starters anyway. So pretty simple. 1, 2, 3 bolts. 3 bolts, and then we'll hook our wires up on the starter solenoid. But let's get these batteries disconnected. Let's get our old one yanked out of there. Okay, battery terminals off. You only have to do the positive. So positive off that side, positive off this side. This side was really snug. Actually, it's like some, like kind of corrosion, but in a good way, I guess. I had to tap it with a hammer to get it to bust loose off the post. And then this side has some pretty nasty corrosion on the bolt, which luckily I was able to get it all out. I don't know what that is. Piece of broken fan belt or something. Yeah, it had some pretty nasty corrosion on the terminal, but I was able to scrape it off there. It was either a 1/2 inch or a 12 millimeter. It seemed like, I think it's a 1/2 inch that it was a little rounded off, because the 12 would only fit it certain ways and the 1/2 would only fit it certain ways. But anyway, battery terminals are off. So now I'll slide under there with a ratchet and some extensions, and we'll get that starter pulled off. All right, so we're laid up under the truck now, and we're gonna disconnect. I've already broke it loose. This was a 5/8. We're gonna disconnect this main cable, just so it's one less thing that's kind of got us connected to the truck. You don't want to try to pull the starter down and then have that cable hanging there and everything's dangling from that cable. So we disconnect it first. Be careful as you're taking it apart. There's lots of little washers and nuts, and I'm going to set those just right up here on top on my leaf spring. So there's a nut and a washer, and the cable comes off. And then there's another nut and a washer. So that's your main amperage cable from your batteries. And this is your actual control wire coming from the key, basically. And it's going to be much smaller. It's going to be like it's something up on top. It's going to be like a 1/2 or a 3/8 size. I can't even see it. And maybe I can go ahead and pull the starter off and have it hanging here. We'll see, because it's really difficult to get wrenches up in there. I can't even feel. I think it's like a 1/2 inch, but let's see if these are, how big these are. They look bigger, but might be still a 5/8. No, that's not one to fit on it. No, it's not a 5/8. So I got a whole slew of sockets here. This is oh, that's the 5/8 I was looking for. Didn't even see that I had it.
Holding the bike and now it fell.
Hear them girls screaming? That's annoying. Here's an 11/16. Yeah, 11/16 fits it pretty good. I think that'll get it busted off there. So there's 1, 2, and then the third one is, well, I don't know, it's somewhere up here. The third one, you have to have a real long extension, because you've got to get in on top of the starter and be way back here with that extension. But let me try to get all 3 of those pulled out of there. Let's get this thing dropped down. Okay, so we got the starter pulled out, and I will show you guys this little trick. I was able to do it with the cable still attached, at least with the little cable, like I told you. The big cable, I don't think, yeah, it wouldn't have been long enough. But I was able to swing the starter over here and lay it on my leaf spring while I disconnected this little bitty thing. This was like it was 8 millimeter was the nut size. So I had a 3/8 on it, and even that was too big. It might have been like a 5/16, but the 8 millimeter got it broke loose anyway. But anyway, yeah, I just want to share that little tip that you can lay your starter up here on the leaf spring. So I'm going to drag up under the truck here. I'm going to get my new starter, lay it up here the same way, hook that little wire up, and then we'll raise the whole thing up here. And when you're doing this one, you got to hold the starter up with one hand and kind of just get it in the right spot, and then you can get your bottom 2 bolts in, and you should be able to work those in handy until they're basically tight. And you know, by having them like that, it'll get that 3rd bolt hole up top lined up to where you don't have to fight with it. So let me get that other starter out of the box and under here, and I'll probably just go ahead and bolt it up into place. All right, so there's our new one all bolted up. I will say, when I took the old one off, the top bolt was basically not torqued at all. Like I thought I was off the bolt when I turned it, because it turned so easy. But yeah, the top bolt wasn't very tight. The bottom 2 were good and snug. I guess you get 2 out of 3. That's good enough. Okay, so new one's in, same way as I told you the old one. I laid it up here I laid the new one up here on top of the leaf spring, enough to hook that little wire up, and then lifted the whole thing up in there, just like I said. Hand threaded these 2 in so it could kind of hang on them, and then reached up on top and hand threaded the other one in. And then we hooked our main wire back up. Just, you know, something to note. Look at it before you put it up there and make sure which one of these lugs you need to take off. But it's pretty easy. This one's got this big copper conductor here. So this just has a pigtail wire that jumps over to the starter itself. You can see it here on the old one. That internal lug there. There's the internal lug, and it just got this big cable that goes right to the body of the starter. So that's this same one up here. So, you know, if you guys are working on this, hopefully at this point you know how this works. But ultimately, when you turn your key, it sends a signal down this little wire from your key that tells this solenoid to close like a great big switch, and when it does, it lets amperage flow through this huge cable through your solenoid to the starter. That way all that amperage doesn't flow through your little bitty wire and melt it. Anyway, let's get our battery hooked up, and then we'll jump in the truck and see if it works. All right, so we're all hooked up. Positive back up on that battery. Positive back up on this battery. We're gonna jump in here, live action. I haven't even tested it yet. See if George shows me any love or not. Oh, probably won't. I don't get too excited anymore. There's always, seems like there's always something that goes wrong.
But Dad, pennies.
312, 617.
Dad, here's 1 nickel.
Woohoo! I didn't have to fight with it. My key switch in here is a little touchy. I don't know why I won't focus on the key, but you get the point. It is a little touchy sometimes that I turn to the start position and then I have to let back just a little bit to make it engage. But at least it started right up. So I had to kind of go back and forth. So we go forward. We're going to push it all the way forward and then let back. See, all the way forward doesn't start it. Gotta come back just a little bit. But at least it started now. At least it's engaging and not just not going like it was before. So yay, we're fixed.